Welcome back to the show. We've just about got the exterior of the Z4 completed, and wow, we're really excited to show you how it's transformed the car completely. But until then, we still have some interior work to do. And whenever we do interiors around here, we call in our interior expert, Josh. Josh, tell us a little bit about what you're doing today on the car.
Well, surprisingly, the interior wasn't as bad of a condition as we thought.
Well, wait, now, you were a little rough on me when we brought it in.
We did some vacuuming already. Nobody really wants to watch me vacuum. So
I don't really think he knows how to vacuum. But anyway.
Well, so we already vacuumed it out a little bit. And what we're going to do here is I've got those new brushes that we're going to test out with our Hyper Cleanse, which we know works great.
Yep.
So we're going to do a little agitation. We're going to bring the dirt out. I have the steamer, so we're going to steam down the entire interior. We've got a spot cleaner that we're going to go through and do the carpets. We're going to do the floor mats. And then from there, we're going to wipe it all down with a microfiber towel, and we'll be able to test out the new interior detailer.
Oh, the interior detail product. I was waiting for you to get to that because I'm so excited about this product. Formula number 12 of our new interior detailer. And we're really trying to get this one just right. And what's going to make this great is after Josh gets a chance to use it on the interior of this car, we're actually going to send out 12 bottles to our viewers to get your feedback to see, was it a hit or do we have to go back to the drawing board?
You got to watch the whole video though.
Oh,
so that's the requirement.
That may not be worth it. But anyway, I'm going to lunch and I guess it's about seniority, so get to work.
I'll get started.
There you go. Okay. We'll see ya. All right, so that brings us to the last part of our show where we really talk about what we learned. And I think what we learned in this show was...
a couple things.
One, we have a long ways to go. Two, don't go buying $1,700 cars maybe? Who knows? But I think the project did a lot of things for us because we know the premise of the show. And that is to learn more about how to formulate products, how to get them perfect. And the only way you do it is by finding cars with real world problems. So tell me your thoughts.
I think it went well. For what we paid for it, we should be able to turn around and sell it for a couple extra grand, I think. Some of the products, I mean, the compound, let's start there. The compound was awesome. Maybe it didn't show up on camera like we wanted it to, but I mean, we were able to really take out some of the scuffs. We were able to get the scuff out. We were able to get the tires handled. What did you think of the compound?
I loved it. I mean, the paint was really in bad shape, and that compound brought it back to gloss. I mean, we literally went from a 47 reading on the gloss meter up to 84. We doubled using that compound. So I consider that a win.
Which wasn't that great in the first place. So
that was being kind.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that was a win. And then if we move on, I think we did really well with the trim ceramic, always a standalone. I mean, and that trim really came to life. So I was happy about that as always. There was nothing there. But if we talk about the new products, you and I had a different opinion on the formulation for the interior detailer.
Interior detail.
On the last formulation, I asked him to tone down the sheen a little bit, and we took it down just a bit. When you did the car, you thought...
I felt like it needed a little bit more sheen. You know, I think after you're done detailing a car, especially the interior, you kind of want to look at it and be like, wow, it's not greasy. You want it to be a little bit shiny. You want it to look, and I couldn't tell necessarily a difference. It smelled great, which was good, but which, you know, it was easy to use. It was pretty forgiving, but you know, when it came down to it, I didn't feel like it was had enough sheen on it, to be honest.
See, and I'm coming from a different school where I like no sheen. I just like to know it's clean, it's well protected. But let's let the customers and our viewers decide. Yeah. So what we're going to do is send out 12 bottles to some commenters on the bottom of the screen, and we're going to let you guys try formula number 12 and let us know what you think of it.
Yeah. We'd love to get your thoughts and kind of see where you guys, what you guys think when it comes down to, do you want more sheen, or do you kind of like more of the traditional look, where it's a little bit
more factory stock,
a
little flatter. But that's really the reason for this show is we like to see, before we ever launch a product, what people have to say about it. And we share a ton with detailers and things like that, but that's why we did this. We thought it'd be fun to share with the viewers.
The average person.
Yeah, allow them to be part of the development process. But if we went through the car, I think the car was a win overall.
Yeah, the mirrors started out pretty good.
Okay, as you saw in the first part of the show, we were losing clear coat on the mirrors and they looked like it. Okay, that's just plain and simple. So what we decided to do was to wet sand them out, get rid of the clear coat, and then try to buff that paint back. Because we only have a $500 budget. Didn't really turn out that way. I took it too far. We went down to the plastic. So we had to start from scratch. I went to the body shop. They filled up a rattle can for me full of the BMW paint. And we did them again, which is controversial about whether or not you would do that. But with a $500 budget, you have to admit, they look beautiful.
Yeah, they definitely look better. With the scuff, too, we were able to really clean up that scuff on the side of the front bumper there.
Yeah, but things went wrong with the rear view mirrors. I started screwing around with some other compounds and got it on the warm paint or the slightly wet paint, and we ruined them, so we'll be sanding them again and starting over. But overall, I think it was a vast improvement. So.
Yeah, I think the tires ended up being a win. My guy came through.
Yes.
I had to do a
I
little.
don't even want to know. I don't want to know. But I think if we went back over, the premise of the show is we have a $500 budget. We want to take an interesting car and we want to turn it into something phenomenal. And that allows us to move to the next car and learn new things and involve everybody in that as well. So the tires took up most of our budget. $495, but they were OE tires and wheels, and they transformed the car. I think when people see it, they're going to say, that was it.
One thing that we didn't show on camera either was that we went through and painted the calipers too, which really, really changed the game. I mean, when you see that car, from a side view, it's wow, beautiful.
Now, that was a little generous. I painted 2 of the calipers and ran out of time. But the side with the calipers are beautiful, and we will get that finished. However, the rest of the car, I think it came out phenomenal. We ended up spending about $35 on the new hood emblems. We went through and...
the rear tail light.
Yeah, we had the third brake light, which was about $110. So we did go over budget, but we were into the car $1,700. And I think it books out at about $55. So we lucked out on that purchase. You're not going to find buys like that all the time. But we did, and that's what the show's about. We're going to learn more. I think we tackled a lot of problems, and I hope the show evolves to be a good balance of technique on how we do it, what we're thinking when we formulate something, and really how to turn an ordinary car into something that looks exceptional.
That looks exceptional.
Yeah.
And for the average guy to be able to do it.
Yeah.
That's one thing that we wanted to concentrate on, was to make sure that it wasn't something that just detailers can do. That it's something that you could do at home if you wanted to.
Yeah, because quite frankly, it would be out of our skill level if it was. So let's take it from there. And we'll take a look at the car now. You'll be able to see before and after pictures as we do the walk around, and we'll call it a wrap until the next show.
Okay, great. Well, we'll have some liquid in our cups next time.
Yeah. Where's the cat? We need a grip in here. All right, so that's a wrap then.